beautiful sacred souls. Today, I'm going to explore why I'm trying to build a spiritual community through neuroscience, not hierarchy. What if your suffering is not a vibration you attracted, not a timeline that you chose, and not a sign that you are spiritually misaligned? What if your nervous system is simply responding to real life, history, stress, relationships, and environment where others have free will? And we've been using spiritual language to explain things that neuroscience already understands. This is why I'm building something different than what I am seeing in online spiritual communities, where they are focusing on high vibration ideas that you are attracting your reality based on your vibration and how you are somehow choosing your timeline, and how this is not trauma-informed and can actually cause real harm to those individuals that are experiencing trauma. I want to share what I'm creating and why it matters to me, and if it resonates with you, that's great, and if it doesn't, find a space that does. For a long time, I have been in spiritual spaces that are deeply meaningful in some ways. Spaces that talk about healing, consciousness, vibration, and awakening. And I really value the human desire underneath all of those ideas to make sense of our suffering, to grow, to heal, and to feel connected to something larger than our human experience. But I've also seen something else in these communities. I've seen messaging that can unintentionally turn suffering into something people are responsible for. This is found in ideas such as you attracted your pain based on your vibration. Your timeline reflects your alignment. And from a neuroscience and trauma-informed perspective, that doesn't actually hold any truth, because the human nervous system doesn't work that way. Our responses are shaped by lived experience, attachment and relationships, stress and overwhelm, biology and survival responses that are neurologically pre-programmed, that we don't choose, and systems that we don't individually control, because there are systems in society and there are people in society, and everybody is at their own level of healing and their own level of self-awareness. So when suffering gets framed as something people have created for themselves, it can quietly lead to shame instead of support. It can lead to self-blame instead of healing. So here's what I'm actually trying to build. Through my teachings, I'm trying to build a space where we integrate spirituality that includes meaning-making, connection, and inner awareness. Psychology that includes trauma perspective, parts work, attachment, and understanding of emotional patterns. And neuroscience, understanding nervous system regulation and response to life stressors, and overall stress responses, and how we build capacity within that structure. Not as separate worlds, but as one coherent lens on what it means to actually be a human being. Here are the core principles of the space that I'm trying to create. This is not a hierarchical space. There is no higher versus lower vibration people. There is no spiritual ranking system. There is no idea that some people are more evolved than others. Instead, we start with this assumption. Every nervous system is adapting intelligently to its environment, even the responses we don't like, even the ones we struggle with, even the ones that feel overwhelming, even the ones that lead us to cause harm to self or other. Here's what we don't do in the space that I'm trying to create. We don't say, you attracted your trauma based on your vibration or your level of awareness. We do not say you chose your suffering or your timeline, that if you are in a 3D experience where you are experiencing suffering, we do not say that that was a choice you made. We don't say that your pain reflects your alignment, that somehow your pain is because you are not in alignment with your higher self. And we do not say that healing requires self-blame disguised as empowerment, because I don't believe that is what leads to actually real healing. And in my lived experience, that isn't what I have found to be true. What we do in the space that I'm trying to create, we do ask questions such as, what is my nervous system responding to? What happened to me? Not what's wrong with me? What support am I missing in my environment? What capacity is available inside my system right now? And how can I build additional capacity through exercises such as mindfulness, somatic practices, therapy, and yes, spirituality? What actually helps my regulation, my sense of feeling safe in my body and in my environment, and the integration of my unconscious with my consciousness? Here's the deeper intention of what I'm trying to create. I want to create a space where we prioritize harm reduction, nervous system safety, and lived experience over spiritual hierarchy or certainty. Because even though we think that things are certain, we can never prove anything in the spiritual realm. It is just our interpretation of our meaning making. You don't have to override your reality in order to grow. You don't have to spiritualize your pain in order to be seen as evolving. And you don't have to become someone else in order to heal. I believe spirituality becomes most powerful when it does not bypass our human experience or our lived reality. I believe it becomes most powerful when it includes the nervous system, the body, lived experience, and real-world context, not just abstract ideas about alignment or vibration. If you've ever felt like, I don't fully fit in spiritual spaces that explain suffering in ways that don't feel true to me, then the space that I'm creating might be a space where you feel safe, because you are not broken. You are not misaligned, but because your experience deserves to be held in its full complexity. I'm sending you so much love and appreciation for who you are, no matter where you are on your journey of healing and self-awareness. We really, truly are all doing the best we can based on the experiences that we've had and the ways that our bodies are adapting to our environment and our lived experience. If you want to go deeper, I invite you to like, subscribe, comment, share about your own lived experience. Let's create an environment that feels safe and non-harming and non-shaming to one another. Or if you want to go deeper, I invite you to read my book, The Divine Within, Healing Ourselves to Heal the World, or go to my website, blossomingheartwellness.com, to learn about online courses or how to work with me. It is safe to be who you are. Know that you are deeply loved. And in my experience connecting with whatever it is that we call God, I don't experience a hierarchy. I experience love that is so deep and so supportive that it holds all human experiences with the same amount of love without needing to prioritize some over others.